Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Road to the Show with Dig Fordo, and we are in Season 13. Can you believe it? Dig is now 33 years old. He is a veteran in the league, and he had a really solid season last year, had some decent development as well, and hoping this is not the end of the line for him. Let's see if we can put ourselves another solid season, and I don't know if this team's going to be competitive this year, unfortunately. With our player development funds, I have to try and replenish the stock. And I don't even know if we have, if we're in a good enough position to be able to do that this year. So we'll have to be, a little strategic and pay attention to that as we go. But quick recap, if you missed last episode, Dig had a pretty solid season, 14 hits on the year. No RBIs, however. 7 total runs scored, 18 total bases, including 4 doubles. He walked 3 times and stole a base, but ironically, one of his worst fielding years of his career with 6 total errors. It was just perpetually in tense mojo all year long. It was really, really frustrating. He developed a bit too, +2 power, +4 contact, 2 speed, and 6 fielding, no arm, as he was already maxed out in that area. And he is in, hopefully, right on the cusp of reaching A territory. So let's see it as we get into this one. So see in the top right hand corner, we're at 38.8 million in surplus. So that is going to help us, but we only have 1.6 million in PDO funds available right now. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to spend as we go through the episode. We might have to start cutting some of our more expensive players as we go. Now, to get us started, let's just go ahead and sim into our first game here. It's going to be against the Jacks. We don't have a really solid starting rotation this year, as Cleverly is a rookie and will be getting the start in the opening day game for the Overdogs. Setting the lineup here, bumps Dig into the 6th spot in the order. Let's go ahead and sim this one out and see how well does Dig do. And we don't see anything from him. We lose 4-1. We'll give this to, I don't know, either of these players anymore. Give it to Hull. All right, sim to our next game and then see how Dig performed. So we lost 4-3 ball game there. Dig went 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. So solid day for him. He struck out once, but a productive hit there and a great way to get started. The only extra base hit in the game for the Overdogs, so love to see that from Dig. All right, the rest of these opportunities popping up, nothing for Dig. And let's see if we have enough money to cover these as we go. I guess we'll start youngest to oldest. Or actually, hold on. Let's ignore these two right here since they're both 36 and 42% chance to drop. So let's try and clear those out. Right, and bonus junk for Hoffman there. And Kerr just gained first pitch prayer, but also gained some extra arm. 19-year-old catcher, not looking good. And then, like I said, these two, we'll give them a chance that they'll drop off on their own so that we don't have to spend that money. And let's go ahead and set up the next game. We'll be facing off against our former player. What is this, a home game? Yeah, against Marley Faye from the Grapplers. Since this is a home game, we're not going to watch Dig's at bat, so let's go ahead and just simulate. See if Dig does something from the leadoff spot. Nothing that we saw there, and we won 2-1. Drop Buck Berger. She's much older. And I'll drop Chukov because he's more expensive. It's more likely we'll get rid of him, and he's older too. Sim to our next game. We are getting to the end of Dig's career, so we are going to have to try and take advantage of every opportunity to develop him to help offset any regression coming his way, but also want to make sure that we can improve him as much as possible. He got a base hit there. and another run scored. He stole a base, and he struck out once. So, yeah, only 2 hits, but he's been very productive with those 2 hits, which is something we love to see. So, good on you, Dig. All right, any development for him? Nothing so far. So, we'll clear the rest of these out. Again, I'll be mindful for the ones that are higher chances of going away. All right. Let's see, that one has an 86 and that one has an 85, and then this one has a 25% chance. So I'll just do that one. All right. Next up is the B-Wolves, and Dig is going to be neutral for this game. Socked is tense, Leathers is tense, and same with Tomahawking. So Dig is 2 for 8, 3 total bases, 2 strikeouts, and see, is he leading off? No, he's in the 5 hole. All right, let's see what we do against Brooklyn Carpenter. Not seeing Dig pop up here, but a big game for us. We win 10-7. A lot of scoring there. Let's see if Dig was a part of that. All right, them to our next game. We're 2-1. Somehow in 4th place, though. Everyone's doing well so far. We'll have to scroll here in just a second. So let's go ahead and check. He was 2 for 8. He had a 2 for 4 day with another double, and he scored twice. He struck out once. Dude's got 4 runs scored so far, which is crazy impressive. And now batting .333 after a 2-hit day. So look at Dig go. Love to see him producing. Let's hope that actually holds up this time, as opposed to in years past where he fades down the stretch. All right, young development here for Warren, Hoffman, Trejo, Goodman. Okay, there is development for Dig, and it's his contact rating. And Sakta just took a huge hit. He was 1 away from being perfect. Now he is 9 away from being perfect, which is going to be harder to catch up on there. All right, so we do have development for Dig after game 3, first of the season. Let's go over to that right away. This one's going to cost us $355,100, and it is meditation, so clearing your player's mind of all thoughts. Let them find their moment with themselves, their bat, and their glove. 1 contact chance for 3 more, and a chance to increase his utility to all infield positions and outfield positions. Bonus contact, come on. He won't get it. Will he get the bonus utility trait? He won't. So it's just +1 contact for Dig. Not a lot to talk about there. Get that added to there, and he's still an A-. He's now up to 65 contacts, so he is looking really good there. All right, let's clear out some of these other ones. We are still, I guess, holding ourselves above water with our income. And we'll do this one here. And this one for Trejo as well. Okay, I'll wait on this one for Chukov because it's 25% chance to drop. You know what? Let's just put it in there too. All right, so we have all 6 available for this next game against the wide loads. Dig's still in neutral mojo. Sakta's still tense. And he is now 4 for 12 and 4 runs scored, 6 total bases with 2 doubles, 3 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base. Trying to keep all these numbers in my head while we simulate through this. All right, we tie the ball game. We tie it again. We lose in extra innings. Really bad fall apart there at the end of the game. I'll give this to Chukov. I like him better. All right, sim to the next game. Sitting at 2-2. How did Dig do? Oops. How did you do, Dig? He had another 2-hit day. He went 2 for 5 with another double. No strikeouts. So he's 3 doubles. He's got 9 total bases already. Second on the team, only behind Scoops Tomahawking, who's red hot right now as well. 1 home run and 4 doubles for Scoops this season so far. But tied for the league lead in hits with Carp, Mullins, and Scoops. So Good start to the year, 353 batting average for Dig with those 6 hits and 17 at-bats. So let's see if we can keep that momentum going all season long for Dig. All right. And nothing for Dig here, so let's go ahead and start cleaning out. Jacobs can't play second or shortstop anymore. That's fine. Mullins just gained contact and clutch, which is pretty big. Warren acquires some extra velocity. All these extra bonus rolls are happening for everyone else, but not for Dig.
Keep it American.
All right. So I'm trying to see. It's looking like this 38 million is kind of the maybe 40 million is kind of that threshold of like you can buy everything and keep up with spending. Maybe that's what we just need to kind of think about going forward too. All right, let's go ahead and set the lineup against the Buzzards. Man, they have been a thorn in our side for so long. We have a home game, unfortunately, with Dig leading off. He's 6 for 19. Let's go ahead and see how he does. Ball behind Dig with a solo home run, a holo home run, and we win that game. I'm going to give this one to Eccles. All right, simulate to our next game against the Platypi. And we knock off the Buzzards. They're even with us now. And, before we get into this, he was 6 for 19. He got another hit. It was the solo home run, and he didn't strike out. So he is red hot right now. Only hit of the game, though, so he's now 7 for 22. He was 1 for 5 in that game. All right, let's see what happened since that game ended. Come on, I'd love some more development for you, Dig. Get like what's a professional photographer is the one that ends up being like really, that's a big hit for Chukov. Professional photographer, I think, is the one that does like power contact and a potential trait or a bonus of some sort. All right, let's go ahead and clear these out. And bonus fielding for Kerr, but she does not get rid of the wild thrower trait. All right. And the last one for Guns. Nothing. All right. Next game against the Platypi. We are away, and Dig is leading off, so I'm down to watch this one. He is 7 for 22, 13 total bases, and 3 strikeouts with 5 runs scored. Didn't mean to back out of there. All right. To Colonial Plaza, we will watch these first 3 at-bats for, actually, we might go 4 if Scoops comes up. I'd like to see him hit while he's locked in as well. Nice to see Dig having a solid season so far. Let's see if we can witness some of this success. So here he is, Dig batting .318 with 1 home run and 1 RBI. Him in the last game. Ball starts high. Ball misses low and away. Dig being patient, he chases this one and he pulls the towel. And a ground ball hit well, diving cans, but the speedy Digafordo will reach on an infield single, and he is on base locked in for Amos Bango coming up, batting .273 with no home runs and 2 RBIs. Now Jacobs has pick officer, and it doesn't look like Dig's going to try and go. He is at over 99 speed with his locked-in mojo right now. Popped up into foul territory for out number 1, and now Sock the Song will come up. Having a very tough season to start, batting .227, no home runs and 1 RBI. He'll take a ball high on the curve. Checks on another curve that drops out of the bottom of the zone, but catches the bottom for strike 1. Ball misses outside, 2-1 count, and Sakta's late on that one. Fouls it off, 2-2. With 1 out, Dig hasn't moved. And off the end of the bat into left field. That's going to float over to Oldham for out number 2. And now Scoops Tomahawking will come up locked in. Red hot right now, batting .450 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs on the season. If you want anybody up at the plate right now, it's going to be him. Runner takes off and down to second. In time. The pick officer trait at tier 2 was too much for Digafordo, and he gets rung up at second base. He loses his mojo, and that'll end the inning and us watching the sim here. So that's a shame. I don't know if that was a good idea for Dig to try and take off there. It was an off-speed pitch, but the throwdown was too good with pick officer activated there. And we don't see anything from Dig, but we do get a big win, 8-3. Let's go see what else happened since that game ended. So he had another hit. That was the one we witnessed. He went 1 for 3. He did not strike out. He also walked twice. Holy moly. You see he got caught, or the caught stealing. I think he had a run scored there. So he reached base 3 times and got caught stealing and scored a run, I think. So his average is up to 320. His OBP is at 370 and a 930 OPS, which is really, really impressive. Let's go ahead and see if we can develop him a little bit more. I hate when it jumps ahead. There's development for Dig, but it's not going to count. There's these glitches where if a player has a max trait, they'll roll a development for that trait, but then, not trait, a max attribute, like fielding an arm, and you can see on-field drills. So what they were going to give him, he can't have now, which is really annoying. Looks like regression is really hitting Chukov, as he's losing a lot of power, or hitting and fielding, and nothing else happening here. So that's tough luck. So there should be an empty spot here. Yeah, that's the one that would have been designated for Dig. Clear the rest of these out. Violet Maddox just gained power versus righties, which is great to pair with their contact trait too. And Hold doesn't lose his Mind Gamer trait. Deputy, nothing bonus there. Nothing there for guns. And Treo avoids easy jumps. All right, we will sim to our next game. Sitting at 4-2, a half game back of the Jacks, and we'll be facing off against the 2-5 Nemesis, but Maze Silva is locked in and on the mound, and that's a pretty scary pitcher to face off against. Chukov is locked in, but he is hurting right now, and not sure what happened in the last game, but he's going to have to take a seat. Dig's still in the leadoff spot, and looking at him batting 8 for 25, 14 total bases, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Oh, I got the hiccups. I just had lunch. I ate a little too fast, I guess. Dig hits a sac fly. So we jump up into number 1 spot with that win in the Monster Division. Tied with the Jacks, but beating them +2 run differential. All right, let's go ahead and give this to Jacobs, I guess. Sim to our next game. And we're approaching the halfway point. Next game is against the Crocs, and boy, we've seen us face off against a bad pitcher from the Crocs before. Maybe we do it again here. We might watch another at bat for Dig, but let's see how he did last game too. So he had another hit. He was 1 for 3. He had the sac fly. He did not strike out. He did not walk. He did not. Did he get a? No, he didn't get a double, right? It was just a base hit. He had 14 total bases before. And no runs scored either. So not a lot going on for him in this game, but the sac fly gets his RBI total to 2. We'll take that. Batting .321 now. And since that game ended, nothing for Dig here either. So let's go ahead and clear the rest of these out. Okay, that one had me a little scared with the losing bad ball hitter, but glad he didn't have to worry about it. Goodman will add K Neglector, so that sucks. Okay, and everything else is taken care of there, so nothing else notable. All right. Let's go ahead and set the lineup here. And if Dig's in the leadoff spot, nope, they drop him to number 6. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get one more chance to see Dig. Let's swap him in the batting order with Guns. Guns should not be at the top of the order anyways. Yeah, this is fine to me. And then let's put Bango behind Sakta. Let's do it like this. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we'll watch this one again. First inning against the Crocs and Kerry Wayward. Not a great pitcher with a lot of struggling traits. So hopefully we can see a big moment here from Dig. We did get a chance to witness a home run from him at Whacker's Wheel a few seasons back. We can see it happen again. That would be really exciting for his second home run of his career. Right now batting .321 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Can Dig capitalize? He takes a changeup for strike 1. He swings through strike 2. K Neglector activates. Dig takes a ball high. And he strikes out. Wow, that is... what a bummer. You never want to see him strike out against a pitcher like Kerry Wayward. To have K Neglector and then use it to get a strikeout. That's embarrassing. Well, let's see what Sakta can do, who's batting .250. Pulled foul there. 1-2. K Neglector activates. Oh my god.
The second baseman, number 1, Scoops Tomahawk.
That's so bad. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Holy moly. Scoops grounds to first, and that is one of the easiest innings that Kerry Wayward will have in the rest of her career. That was abysmal. 2 strikeouts against Dig and Sakta, and then the ground out to first from Scoops. That was bad. All right. I think we just lost that game. I wasn't even paying attention. I was kind of blown away at how bad that inning looked. I'll do Warren here, I guess. All right, simming ahead. Yeah, I think we did lose that game. We're now 5-3, a game behind the Jacks. I'm actually curious. Yeah, we lost 4-1. That's really rough. All right, how did Dig do here? He had another hit. No, he did not. He had an 0 for a day with multiple strikeouts. I think he may have walked once. I don't know. That's a game to forget. He is still neutral, so that's good. But I hope I didn't mess with him by tinkering with the lineup there. Just wanted to see us witness Dig get another at bat. And we're going to have another round of game or development without Dig getting any here. So going to come fewer and farther between, unfortunately. Goodman can't lose the K Neglector trait, and bonus junk there for Screwed Deputy. All right. So we get ahead to our next game, game number 9 of the season. We start the second half of the year, and Dig will be in the 5 spot. 9 for 32, 15 total bases, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. All right, we sim against Manny K's and the Heaters. And Sakta gets his first home run of the year, I think. We win that one, 6-3. Sakta the loyalty boost here. Really getting hit hard. And I think Mullins is the older, so the more expensive player. I'll go with Hoffman. I think he's more expensive too. All right, sim to our next game. We just jumped it into the top of the division, so a half game ahead of the Jacks with a +5 run differential so far. And yeah, I see that one for Sakta. We'll come back to that in a second. That stings. Dig went 1 for 3, I think. with another double, bumping his total base count up to 17 now, and 10 total hits here in game number 9 that he just finished. He scored a run. He did not walk or strike out. So another solid game for Dig. His average is down to 278. 10 for 36, pretty respectable. So we will 10 power. So I think our dream of getting him to perfect is gone. Bro Boom for Wayland Guns would have rather had that for Dig. Speaking of, nothing for Dig, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and clear these out. Mullins just gained Butterfingers. That sucks. Leathers avoided RBI 0. Guns does not get any of his bonuses. Horn will lose Rally Stopper. All of the bad rolls are happening all at once right now. Shukov will gain both of his, so he gets his contact and his fielding back, or at least some of it. All right, on to game 10 against the Buzzards. We have a game ahead of them on the in the record category, and we are away, so we could watch this one. So he is 10 for 36. Yeah. No, he's a good pitcher. We won't watch this one. All right, let's see. Dig with a 3-run homer. His second career, or his first career season with multi-homers. Holy crap, Dig having a solid year. I wonder if he's going to make the top 10 potentially. Give this to Sakta, even though he's regressing.
Here's a couple of tracks to keep you busy in case
and I'll drop Trejo here. All right, simming to our next game. Sitting at 7-3. I didn't think this team was going to be as competitive as they are. Oh my gosh, another hiccup there. Excuse me. Dig was 10 for 13 or 36. He's now 11 for 41. So he had a 1 for 5 day with a 3-run homer. He scored 2 times. How does that work? Maybe he reached on an error. He also struck out 3 times. Mixed bag there for him, but he's at 21 total bases, which is crazy. And he is number 2 on the team in home runs with 2, as Amos Bango currently has 3 on the team. But a 268 average for Dig. It's starting to go down a little bit there, but he is producing, and that's what we love to see. 5 RBIs. I think that's about a career high for him, too. I don't want to spoil some of these numbers. We'll look at them at the end of the season here, but he's up to 11 hits. We have 5 more games left. No, 6 more games left. And he only needs 4 more hits to tie his career high and 5 to break it. So let's see if we can get it in this season. All right, looking for bonus for Dig here. A chance to drop from infield to third base, but he'll gain 1 contact for sure. So I guess we will take that, and some development there for Sakta Song too. Cleverly just naturally lost his meltdown trait, but Chukov just lost his first pitch Slayer trait. Not a big deal for the sim, but a lot going on here. All right, so game 10, and we finally have the second development opportunity for Dig. We'll jump right to it. Here it is, $139,800, and it is surf lessons. So shred the waves to sculpt a shredded body. We all know Dig's body is already shredded, right? He's putting in that maximum efforto. Let's go ahead and give him the contact and see if we can avoid losing the secondary position here. +1 contact, and he does not lose his his infield position. So we will take that, and he's still an A-. So he's just treading water right there, right below A. I think if we can get 1 more development for him, I would really love to see that to give him a chance. And contact versus lefties, gone for Violet Maddox. We're gaining some speed here. Mixed bag for her for sure. Contact is her better rating, so losing that trait's not the worst. Let's especially since she still has the power versus righty trait. So, on to the next game, second game of the doubleheader against the Buzzards. We are 7-3. Let's see if we can sweep the Buzzards this season, if I'm not mistaken. And Dig in the leadoff spot against Delgado. What time is it? I'm not going to do this just because we're actually looking like we might make the playoffs, and I don't want to run into a time issue here. So we don't watch it. We win 6-0, and the Buzzards now 5-6. They're having a really tough season. I'll give this to Buck Berger, and I'll drop Chukov because he is really tanking his. He's getting a lot of negative regression here, and Bango will be the one that loses loyalty here. Simming to our next game, we're at 8-3 now, a game and a half ahead of the Jacks. And a tense Goodman will be on the mound against the Jacks, actually. Let's see, before we get into this, let's see how Dig did. I forgot to check what his... Oh, he was 11 for 41, so he's now 0 for 4 today. He didn't strike out at all, but he did not reach base at all, and his average is now down to 244. So please, Dig, do not start just disappearing on us. We want you to get more hits. All right, so Trejo just gained a new pitch. Cleverly with development. +8 fielding for Warren. Nothing for Dig. Again. All right, let's get these cleared out. And Warren, the 19-year-old, just gained walk prone. It's been really frustrating seeing the negative outcomes here, but I guess I'm fine with just doing it. We're focusing on Dig, you know? All right. Next game is against the Jacks. We're going to drop Dig into the number 5 spot, and he's batting 11 for 45 before this game. Can he do it against Bruno? Can he have a good solid outing here? Mullins with a 3-run homer to tie it, and then we blow the game. It's 6-3 loss and 8-4 or 8-4 record. We hold on to the division for now, but the Jacks are hot on our tails. Drop Scoops here because he's older. The Trejo, he's developed a bit here. Oopsie, what am I doing? Doubleheader against the Jacks here, right following our last game. Dig with a 2 for 3 day with a walk and a strikeout. He had another double and another run scored, I believe. He's up to 24 total bases now. Just having a phenomenal season. His average goes back up to 271, looking pretty good there. And he is getting so close. This might be a total bases career year for Dig. We'll check in just a few minutes here at the end of this season. And let's go ahead and check and see what happened since the game ended. Still nothing for Dig. We just cannot get any luck with him right now. This has been really frustrating. Deputy's going to gain the K neglector. It's crazy how many of these have been rolled. The negative ones, at least. Really frustrating to see. Bango avoids easy target. Trejo does not gain the rally stopper trait. One of my favorites in this game for pitchers. Okay. Next game against the Jacks. Let's see if we can split the doubleheader. Dig down to the number 6 spot in the order. He is batting 13 for 48, 24 total bases, and 10 strikeouts. Cleverly on the mound. Our ace struggles. And we lose a big here. Keeps going. 17-2 is the final score. And the Jacks starting to take over the division now with a plus 28 run differential. Just absolutely god-awful backstretch for us. Not a good sign. I don't know if we're still in the running for the playoffs, but we're not looking like we deserve it. We'll sim to our next game. Tied with the Jacks, but we have a -5 run differential, which doesn't bode well for how we'll do the rest of the way. We're facing the B-Wolves next, but before we look at anything else, Dig with an 0 for 4 day with 1 strikeout and nothing else. Tough day for Dig. He's now batting at .250, so 13 for 52. Quarter of the time he's getting a hit here. Still having a good season. Let's see if we can finish strong. If for anybody, for Dig. And nope, nothing for Dig. All right, damn. Mullins keeps his clutch trait. Guns does not gain at power versus righties. Goodman holds on to his trait. Sakta will avoid wild thrower while gaining power and losing arm. Pull. And lastly, some extra accuracy for Horn there. Her best attribute anyways. All right. See, can we have a big game from Dig here against the B-Wolves at home? He's 13 for 52, 24 total bases, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. We don't see Dig pop up at all. We lose 5-3, and I think we've shot ourselves in the foot there, folks. That's a game we absolutely should have won. And we know we'll drop Buck Berger's loyalty here. All right, simulating to our next game. Still tied, however, because the Jacks also lost a game. That's lucky for us. And I didn't mean to do that. 2 games left to go. Dig went hitless again. I think he went 0 for 2. He walked twice. He struck out once. He was hit by a pitch. He did not score any runs, and his average is now down to 241. So, rocky game for him. I don't know if he's injured after the hit by pitch. Okay, so he's at neutral mojo still. All right, since the game ended, I'd really like one more development opportunity for Dig, and we won't get it here. Getting the fielding, avoiding the RBI 0 trait. Same for Bango with Slowpoke. Warren, not the same luck with easy jumps being added. The 19-year-old getting a really bad roll this season. Walk prone added to Buck Berger. Nunez, nothing there. And Kerr will get a little bit faster. All right. We're close to the end of the season. We have a layup game here against the 3-10 Nemesis. Dig in the 5 spot. He is batting 13 for 54. 2 games left, 24 total bases, 7 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Come on, Dig, have a big game here.
Folks, you'll want to avoid the island highway.
RBI double for Dig, and we lose this one. A layup game, I said. 14-3, we lose that one, and we are dropping hard. Saw the RBI double from Dig. Come back to that in just a second. I'll drop Warren with all his bad traits now. And these two both suck, so we'll just drop Kerr. All right, and we're heading right into our next game against the Crocs. Cool, we would have had development again for Dig here, but it again rolled for his attributes that are already maxed out. Just pisses me off. God. Dig had 2 hits in that game. Had a double and a single. He had an RBI. He struck out. And he scored a run, I believe. He's now up to 11 runs scored. 15 hits, which ties a season high. He just needs one more hit. One more hit. And I think this might be his best season of his career. Come on, Dig. It probably already is, but I'd love to have him break that record. It's been a threshold that's just been a monkey on his back for a long time. He just needs one more good game. Now he won't get development here. And I believe that I don't think there's any other way that he can get it. Horton just got 11 accuracy. Never saw those rolls for Dig. All right, let's go ahead and clear these out really quick. And yeah, the just as a side note, the 38 million that we had just enough to keep us above water for every one of these games. We've been able to buy everything we wanted to, so that was nice to see too. And I'll definitely take that as a mental note going forward. All right, last game of the season for the Overdogs, and they might be out of the playoff hunt. Well, I'm not really worried about that right now. More worried about Dig's last game. He is going to be leading off locked in. And let's see. If we're out, actually, I will watch this game. So let's check the season standings. And we are currently on the outside looking in. We would need the Crocs and the Platypi to lose at least 2 of their next 3 games each, and for them to have a really bad run differential and for us to have a huge run differential in this next one. So I guess we win this one. We're 9-7. So if they lose, it's going to be a long shot, I think, to rely on either of those teams to tank like that. Crocs are ahead of us, so this win would be helpful. I'm not going to watch it just due to time. And we have a big win here. Nothing pops up for Dig, but 12 to 15 is the win. We're 9-7, and it'll be really interesting because that means there was a lot of opportunities for Dig in a big game like that. Let's see how he did. He got another hit. Hey, Dig! With his 16th hit of the season. He scored 2 runs, I believe. I think he walked again. He may have had 1 strikeout. He stole a base. Big game for Dig to end the season. He ends with a 258 average, which isn't great, but an 808 OPS might have been his career high, and 28 total bases. I would be shocked if it's not a career high for him. He had a hell of a year this year. Congratulations to Dig. Let's go ahead and clear the rest of these games out, and we will be in the playoff hunt. So we will make the playoffs as the number 3 seed, actually. Did not see us jumping up into that spot, but we'll take it. Let's check. I didn't even scroll through this. Got all excited about everything else, and I forgot the process. Anything random roll for Dig here? Nope, unfortunately not. So I will not clear these out. I'll do these younger players because I'm pretty much just clearing these out. All right. And fine, why not? All right, there we go. We cleared out all of our development. We only got 2 opportunities for Dig this year, and both of them gave him a +1 to his contact. So not a lot happened development-wise for Dig, but let's take a look at... Let's check league leaders really quick. I was going to say Dig didn't have it was good by Dig's comparison, or a season stats, but not by normal league stats, and I don't think we'll see him in any of these spots. Extra base hits for Scoops was at 10. Like Dig with 13 runs scored. Sock had 10 stolen bases. That's really impressive. Give it the dust. Horn with a 1.69 ERA. Hoffman with 11 strikeouts per 9. He leads the team, or leads the league in that category. All right. Dig had a really solid season. 16 for 62, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Had an 808 OPS with 13 runs scored, 28 total bases. He had 6 doubles this year, so 8 total extra base hits. He walked 9 times, which led the team. He struck out 13 times, which is about middle of the pack, maybe a little high. 2 stolen bases, 1 caught stealing attempt. He got hit by a pitch, and he had a sacrifice fly. Let's see how that compares to the rest of his career. He breaks the season high for hits with 16. 2 home runs is a career high. He has reached 6 RBIs for the 6th year. He did it for the five out of the first 6 years, and then he just couldn't really keep up with that pace. 258 average is higher than his career average. Same with his OBP of 356. His slugging of 452 is a career high. 808 OPS is a career high as well. 13 runs scored beyond any other year by nearly double. 28 total bases. That's also beyond any other year, which was previously 21. 6 doubles was the best of his career. 9 walks was the best of his career. 13 strikeouts. That's middle of the pack for him. I'd say that was fine. 2 stolen bases ties a career high. He got caught stealing. 1 hit by pitch. 1 sacrifice fly. No errors. This was one of the best years we've ever seen from Dig, and I'm so happy that we saw that. He didn't pitch at all, so thank goodness for that. But really, really solid year for Dig. We got to get some applause, some celebration, some confetti, whatever you got as emojis in the comment section down below for Dig's really solid year this year. That was really, really fun to watch. And we have the playoffs to get into. So let's go ahead, not dilly-dally here. Start the playoffs. We made it. Let's go ahead and quick sim to our next game. And I will just quick set the lineup and simulate these games all the way through. So Dig will be leading off first game of the playoffs against the Jacks. Fall behind, we battle back, we win 2-1. First game win. Let's go ahead and clear these out. And now we get to the next game, and Dig was 0 for 4 from the leadoff spot. So, oops. He's neutral mojo. Let's hope he has a good game. Relax, you're fine. And we win another one, 3-1. So we take a 2-0 lead, another win, and we will sweep the Jacks. That'll feel really, really nice. The Moonstars swept the number 1 seed Sirloin, so they're going to advance. And let's go ahead and check the lineup. Dig is tense. He is 0 for 9 with a strikeout, and he will drop all the way down to the 6th spot in the order. Let's see how he does in game 3 here. We get a big lead. We hold on to it, so we sweep the Jacks. We win 7-3. We'll simulate to our next game, and then we'll check and see if Dig did any better in game 3. We got a lot of hits there, a lot of runs. Dig now rattled as he is 0 for 14. Only struck out once, though. He's going to stay in the lineup in the 8th spot. I'll leave him in there, and we'll see if he can figure it out against the wide loads. Donk O. We take an early lead. We battle in extras, and we win 7-4. There we go. Let's sim this game. Moonstars take a 2-0 lead in that series.
Give me a call.
And
I do not know.
Dig's still rattled as he now is 0 for 18, and he struck out 3 times in that game. I'm going to make the executive decision to pull him, and I will keep him out. Wait, when did Jacobs gain his secondary position back? I don't know, but we'll take it. He's going to stay here in the 8th spot. I'm going to play ball so that we can get that lineup locked in, and then we'll back out. All right, so into game 2 of the conference finals, and we'll simulate this. Dig should have the day off entirely. We will blow. Oh no, Bango with the home run to win it. Huge 4-3 come from behind victory there. We'll sim the next game. The Sawteeth hand the Moonstars their first loss. And now we are looking on the verge of winning and going to the championship finals. I don't think Dig got a chance to hit there. He did get an at-bat, and he struck out. He went 0 for 1 with a strikeout in that game. So he's still rattled. They want to put him back in the lineup. I think we have to keep him out. Jacobs is tense too. I don't think, there's no other option for a second or shortstop. It's kind of what we wanted when we put the team together, but now it's backfiring on us. And I will move Jacobs all the way down. Yeah, he's worse hitter than Cleverly. And I'll lock this one in really quick, too. So home game against, or in the Motor Yard, chance to clinch the series and sweep the wide loads.
Welcome to game 3 of the conference.
See if we can pull it off. With Dig on the bench, he's been absent in this series. We fall behind and we lose 2-1. So we will go to game 4 at least. The Soft Teeth force a game 5 against the Moonstars. We're hoping that doesn't happen here. Dig is now tense. I'm fine with leaving him in the lineup now. He did not get another at-bat, thankfully. We also had an error, so he might have been a late inning sub and errored, but I don't know when that happened. All right, let's see. Can we avoid going to game 5? Nope. We lose big time, 7-0. Will be a game 5. And our hopes are kind of sinking with the ship here. Luckily, Horn will be on the bump for us, but of course, Donk is juiced. I really hate that the game does that. Dig gets his first hit. He strikes out again. It's a single, and he is now tense still. Good luck to the Overdogs. We take an early lead, and we almost give it up, but we win it 7-4. So we do advance, and we will be facing off against the Moonstars in the championship series. Can we get another ring for Digafordo before his career comes to a close? Let's check out game 1. Dig had a 2-hit day. He had a double and a single. He struck out a couple of times, and he scored a run. He's starting to show up for the team again. He is now back to neutral mojo. So we'll set the lineup here. He'll be in the 6th spot. And let's go ahead and simulate Montig. We fall behind after the big early home run, and we lose that one. So that's a big win for the Moonstars. On to the next game. Dig had another hit. Was another single. He struck out again as well. I think he walked as well too. Average sneaking up to now 138. 4 total hits on the in the playoffs here for him. Let's see. We're gonna set the lineup. He'll be in the leadoff spot. Let's see what he does. If anything, we lose another game here, 7-1, as it just seems like the Moonstars are on a heater here in the playoffs, and we just cannot match up against them right now. Dig's still neutral. He had no hits in that one, and he struck out again. He walked once. I can't remember if he struck out or not, but he's now 4 for 32. And we need to win this. If we don't, we get swept. Oops. Let's see what we can do against Rita Rakonda. We fall behind early, we fall behind late, and we will get our asses kicked. We get destroyed in this series against the Moonstars. They earned that victory, so we fall just short. We'll do a quick check and see how did Dig do there at the end. He got one more hit. It was a single. He struck out once as well. But yeah, he was absent for this series, and Leathers was really carrying us with the 4 home runs. Good year for him. Dig had a really tough season, or a really tough playoff run after the really solid season. And that is a bummer. But that is going to do it. I don't think he's going to make it into the top 10. He had a really bad year, or a bad playoff run there. So that is what it is. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and just finish things off by going into the re-sign phase. And, of course, we'll say yes to Sakta, who just regressed quite a bit. And, of course, we'll say yes to Dig. I'll just roll this one. Yeah, 99% chance. I would have laughed my ass off if he would have said no. All right, so this was a weird year. He produced like crazy during the regular season, but we could not get any development for him. Only 2 contact. So all season long, he gained 2 contact and nothing else. So That's a shame, but he is an A- still, and he is looking really solid. Let's just see if we can continue to carry on, as he will be heading into season 34. So thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the road to the show idea that we've had for Digafordo here, go ahead and like the video down below. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And let me know down below what you think of this season for Digafordo. And how do you think the rest of his career? Do you think he'll ever get to an A tier? I think he is just a couple of points away from bumping up into that tier. And if we can get some extra power for him, I think he could really go on a tear to end his career. But what age do you think he'll retire at? I'm curious. But we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye, everybody.